So I recently found a winning product that has done $76,000 over the past 7 days, and selling the same product on another store targeting Germany. We've also done 16,000 euros and another 5,000 euros with this store targeting Italy, and another 25,000 Danish krones, all by using a method I like to call multi-dropshipping. So what exactly is multi-dropshipping? To be straight up with you guys, it's just a term that I made up off the top of my head, but basically how it works is taking any existing winning product and opening up multiple Shopify stores targeting specific countries around Europe so that you can make more sales and more profits out of your existing product. And hold on, I wanted to quickly clarify what I just said. This isn't just for existing winning products. If you're a beginner, you can also use every single strategy I'm gonna go over in this video for testing new products as well. And with that being said, let's get back on to the next point. So that's why in this video, I'm gonna show you guys my step-by-step process on how to properly set up and launch all of your stores to ensure that you get the best conversion rates possible to all of these countries. And I'm also gonna take you guys behind the scenes on one of my ads managers so that you can get an idea of how you can run ads with your same exact products targeting all of these different countries. So if you're ready to learn everything in this video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to this channel, and let's get straight into the value. So I'm gonna start this video by showing you guys the store that I created for Germany. And I'll go ahead and refresh my dashboard just to show you that everything here is legit. And you can see over the past 7 days, I've done around 16,000 euros, averaging around 2,000 euros per day. And on our highest day so far, I did around 4,000 euros. And just yesterday, around 3,000 euros as well. And if we take a look at the past 90 days, you can see that I launched this store at around October 4th. And since then, I've generated over 52,000 euros selling the exact same winning product that I'm already scaling on my main store targeting the US, which is already closing in at around $250,000. And now I'm just gonna bring you guys over to my ads manager that I'm running for my German-based store. And you can see the way that I have this set up is really simple. I only have 2 active campaigns running at the moment. And basically I just have one campaign that I use for testing new creatives or any of the creatives that were working from my US-based store. And everything that I've been testing in this campaign start at around $15 per day, all with broad targeting, meaning no interest at all. And I simply test around 2 to 4 creatives per ad set, just based on how many variations I created with a specific marketing angle. So for example, I have this ad set here with 3 ads connected to it, which is the same marketing angle, but just with slightly different hooks and body content in the video. And then based on whatever's working in this testing campaign, I do a couple of things when I decide to scale up these ads. First things first is that I will wait at least 3 to 7 days before I actually make a decision. And so far, I've let this ad set run for around 4 days now. And we can see that the ROAS is really good at 3.17. But I do also want to make sure that I had good results on this ad set yesterday. And indeed, we did get a purchase from this ad set yesterday, which is telling me that it's a good sign to actually scale this up a little bit. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just bump this up from $15 to around $25 per day. This way I can let all of the creatives within this ad set spend a little bit more and hopefully get me a couple of more purchases per day. And in addition to that, I also have this scaling campaign right here. And in this campaign, I just have an ad set that's running at $1,000 per day. And hold on, I know that $1,000 per day might seem like a lot, especially for the beginners who are watching this, but just know that you don't need to be starting at $1,000 per day like me, and I would recommend starting anywhere between $100 to $200, and from there, if you're getting good results, you can slowly scale up the campaign every couple of days, as I will explain in the next couple of minutes in this segment. And inside this ad set, I'll go ahead and connect all of my best creatives that have gotten me the best results from that testing campaign that you saw earlier. And from here, it's pretty much hands off for me, and I'm just letting the Facebook algorithm use that $1,000 budget to spend towards the creatives that it thinks is going to perform the best for the German market. And then of course, I can always look through this every 3 to 7 days and start turning off ads that are getting a lot of spend, but not the best ROAS. So for example, just yesterday, you can see that Facebook spent $600 towards this creative. We did not get the best ROAS on this, and it's about near break even, but I actually just launched this campaign around 2 days ago. So I'm gonna keep letting this run for a few more days before I actually decide to kill any of these ads. And basically my plan to continue scaling this campaign further is that I'll just continue to let this run for a couple of more days, wait until my ROAS gets around 2.5 or closer to a 3 ROAS. And if it does, then I'll just increase the budget of this campaign by 20%. So for example, I can raise this up to around 1.2K per day and then let the campaign run for a couple of more days. And if the ROAS is good, then pretty much rinse and repeat from there. And one important tip to give to you guys, especially if you're trying to run ads targeting different countries outside of the US, you definitely want to make sure that your store is well optimized. So that means making sure that your store is completely translated and that it makes sense to the consumers from that market. And you can do this by using translating apps such as Langwill from the Shopify App Store, or you can simply use ChatGPT to translate all of the content for your product. product. And besides making sure your store is translated, you also want to make sure that your store is optimized for speed so that it doesn't take like 5 to 10 seconds just for your customers to land on your product page. Because what I found, especially with European customers, is that they're generally a bit more impatient than US-based customers. And if they have any issues with your website or let alone your shipping times, believe me that they will be one of the first people to let you know about it in your support emails. So what I personally use for all of my stores to avoid those issues is this app called SEOant, just because it has this speed optimization feature, which will basically fix up a lot of different settings and codes in the theme for your store. And it also reduces the file size for all of your images on your store, which also helps to make sure that your store is loading up as quickly as possible. And honestly, this app is literally the easiest thing that you can use. All you have to do is go to their speed up feature right here, then click on one-click speed up, and you have all of these different options that you can choose to speed up on your website. In my case, I usually leave all of these options checked on and then click on speed up now. And then it's just going to ask you to make a copy of your theme. And once you do that, then you simply press speed up copy themes. And then from here, it's just going to work in the background and optimize all of the content on your store to really optimize those loading speeds. And what I also like to do is make sure to optimize all of my images, and then just click this option right here, click on setup. Then I'll click these two options right here, and also make sure to check these two options down below just to make sure that our images are also optimized for SEO. And after you do that, you also want to go to the SEO checker, as this app will scan every part of your store just to see if there's any issues such as broken links, but most importantly, optimizing the rest of your store for SEO, just so you can make sure that your store is ranking the highest, especially if customers are trying to search up your store on Google. And honestly, SEO is probably one of the most underrated things that you can implement into your store to get you more sales. I mean, just look at this Shopify report for my main store over the past 90 days. You can see that we got $10,000 of additional sales from people who searched up our store on Google, and another $61,000 from direct traffic, which doesn't necessarily mean 100% of those people actually searched us up on Google, but we could say maybe 10 to 20% of this traffic probably also found our store from other direct sources, simply from the fact that my store is automatically optimized to be the highest ranking result on Google. And again, this is all primarily from simply having SEOant installed on all of my stores. And if you want to try it out, I have a link down below for you to install it. And it's literally the easiest app anyone can install if you want to get more free sales just like this. So now that you know what I personally do to optimize my store for the best conversion rates, now I'm going to walk you guys through my step-by-step process on how I launch multiple dropshipping stores based on my existing winning product. And as a side note, you can still follow this process if you're looking to test new products to any European country that you want. So the first step would be to obviously create a new Shopify store, and you can do this by directly signing up on the Shopify website. However, they're only going to let you pay $1 for the first month before they start billing you for the full price of the subscription fee, which is about $39 per month. So instead of doing that, you can just use my link down in the description below, which will allow you to only pay $1 a month for the next 3 months, and you'll even get a free custom built store generated with AI through Zendrop, which will automatically build out an entire store based on the niche that you choose, and you'll even have the ability to choose your color schemes and what kind of banners that you want on your homepage. And on top of that, it also includes a custom version of the popular Shrine theme that is a very popular theme that's widely used by a lot of e-commerce store owners, but you will actually get this included completely for free. And although you will be getting a store that also comes preloaded with some products, I would highly recommend still following some of the strategies that I mentioned in this video, and that means validating every product to ensure that there's demand before you decide to test them, and also utilizing product templates for every product that you test on your store, so that every product on your store pretty much appears like a one product store, which is definitely what you're looking for, especially if you want the best results when you're testing products. And then once you have your brand new store set up, you're going to want to make sure you go into your settings and change the market depending on the country that you're targeting. And you can do that by going to the settings of your store, clicking on markets right here, and then add a new market, and then simply search up the country that you want this store to be based on. So for example, I could select Germany and then also name this Germany as well, and then click on add market. And then once you add that market, you want to make sure that this becomes your primary market. And then once you add your country, you want to go over to languages and then make sure that you add the language that corresponds to that country. So I'm going to click on add a language, and then I'm going to select German and then click on add. And then once you add that language, you want to go ahead and click on publish and then click on publish again. And because my store was automatically created in English, we need to click these little buttons right here and then click change default. And then we want to go ahead and select German again and then click save. And then after you do that, you want to go back to general settings right here and make sure that the currency corresponds to the country that you're targeting. So in this case, I would select euros because I'm targeting Germany and then click save. And then of course, you just want to set up your payment settings and your shipping and delivery rates just like you would with any other store. And then the next step would be to simply import whatever product that you're testing. If you're trying to bring over a product that you already have on another store, then you can simply just export it out of your store as a CSV file and then import it directly into to your store. So in order to do that, all you have to do is go on the product page, select your product, click on export, and then export it as a CSV file. And then once you're on your new store, you simply want to click on import right here, and then upload that CSV file that we just exported, and then click on upload and preview, and then click on import products. And then once that product has been imported, you just want to make sure that you translate all of your product descriptions and all of the different sections that you've probably created under your theme. And again, there's a couple of ways that you can do this. You can use a translating app from the Shopify app store, such as Langwill, or you can just use ChatGPT and simply copy and paste all of the translations. And if you decide to use ChatGPT, you can simply copy your title and your entire description, paste it directly into ChatGPT and use a prompt similar to this, and then just copy the translated results, paste it into the product title, copy the description, paste it just like this. And if you have any text in your product images that are still in English, you want to make sure that everything is also translated into German. And you also want to make sure that you're translating every little element within your theme, so that includes all of the text in your navigation bar. And then of course you want to make sure every single section on your theme is translated as well. One thing that you can easily do is simply zoom out the page so it looks a bit smaller like this. Take a screenshot of a couple of your sections, then just upload that image into ChatGPT and then ask them to translate it. And then from here you can simply just copy all of this content and replace every single section on your theme with all of the translations just like this. And after applying all of your translations across your store, I would also recommend to double check your product descriptions using the on-page SEO scan feature, which is included with SEOant. And the first thing we need to do is choose a focus keyword. To do this, just click on keyword suggestion, and you're going to have a full list of keywords that are related to your product with the highest search volume on Google. So for example, I'm going to choose this keyword and then click OK. And now you want to go to the right hand side and you're going to see their AI writing tool. I would recommend writing out at least 3 to 5 key features in a format just like this, and then just paste it into that box. For the tone of voice, you could choose whatever you want. In this case, I like to use a friendly tone of voice, and then make sure you choose the language that you're actually optimizing your store for. In my case, this store is optimized for Germany, so I'm going to choose this one. And if you don't see any of your languages on this list, then you can go ahead and put in your desired language in the special instructions box. And once everything is entered here, just go ahead and click on generate, and you should see all of your results right here. And the first thing that I'm going to do is delete my current description on the left hand side, then go ahead and click on fill content up here, and then click on fill content again. And then we're going to scroll down a little bit further, and then for the meta title, we're going to click on fill content, and then click on fill content for the description, and then click on fill content again for the product tags. If you've done everything correctly, if you scroll back up top, you should see that your SEO score should be in the green, which basically means that your product is good to go. And now you've taken the necessary steps to easily benefit from free sales directly from Google or other sources of traffic, just like I have on my store here. And then once everything has been translated, the next step would be to buy a domain that's specific to the country that you're targeting. So you can easily just go onto GoDaddy, use the exact same name that you're using on your main store, but just get a domain that's specific to the country. So for example, I just went onto GoDaddy and search up the same exact name of my store, but with a .de at the end of the domain. And then I would simply purchase this domain and then connect it to the store. And lastly, you want to make sure that you're translating all of your ads and any ad copies that you're using on Facebook or even TikTok ads. And again, you can easily use ChatGPT to help you out with this. So all I did was tell it to translate my existing ad copy into German, and then you simply copy and paste all of this directly into the Facebook ad editor just like this. And then you definitely want to make sure that your ad video is also translated in German. So of course, this video that you're seeing here is still in English, but what I would do is just translate all of this into German. And if you have any type of voiceovers as well, just make sure that the narrator is also speaking in German as well. And then for the ad strategy itself, you just want to do exactly as I went over in this video. You simply want to take all of your different combinations of ad creatives from your other store, and you can launch ad sets at $15 each and connect anywhere between 2 to 4 ad creatives within each ad set. And then you simply want to let all of them run for at least 3 days. If you're not at least nearing break even or profitable after 3 days, then I would recommend shutting off those ad sets and either test new creatives or try to rinse and repeat this process for another market. And now I just wanted to end off this video with a couple of more tips and things to keep in mind if you do decide to go with the multi-dropshipping process. So one thing that you need to keep in mind is that there's specific countries in Europe that primarily use specific payment methods. And if you don't have those payment methods for those customers, you're probably going to have really bad conversion rates. So for example, if you want to launch a store out to Germany, I would say about 80 to 90% of customers in Germany primarily use PayPal when shopping online. So if you want to actually see success launching a store out to Germany, then you better make sure that you have PayPal as a payment method. And let's say if you don't have PayPal and you only have Shopify payments or Stripe, then some countries that could work for you could be Italy, Denmark, and also Netherlands and Belgium. However, those two countries mainly use Bancontact and Ideal, which is something that Shopify payments actually has. So as long as you have Shopify payments, you should be good to go there. And if you want a full list of recommended countries that you can actually sell to based on payment method, then feel free to download my list in my description below. below. And once you have all of these systems set in place, as a reminder, it's always important to make sure that you have a stable fulfillment solution to ship to all of these European countries. And if you're just starting out dropshipping and you're looking for a good solution, then I would recommend using Zendrop, as they're able to dropship to pretty much any country worldwide, including the US and all of the EU countries. And again, if you decide to sign up for your next Shopify store using my link below, you'll also be getting a 7-day trial to try out Zendrop for your stores. So I'd recommend checking that out if you want. So that's pretty much gonna wrap up the end of this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to this channel, as I'm gonna continue to provide more free valuable content just like this. And also make sure to join my free Discord group so that you can connect with like-minded entrepreneurs and other people who are also doing e-commerce and dropshipping. And with all that being said, I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.